Holy shit. The Walt Disney Company has acquired Lucasfilm Limited for $4 billion, and the studio also announced that a Star Wars Episode VII movie is targeted for a 2015 release. Yes, 2015 will give us the Avengers 2, Justice League of America, and a new Star Wars movie. Beyond 2015, more feature films are expected to continue the Star Wars saga and grow the franchise well into the future. For the past 35 years, one of my greatest pleasures has been to see Star Wars pass from one generation to the next, says George Lucas. It's now time for me to pass Star Wars onto a new generation of filmmakers. I've always believed that Star Wars could live beyond me, and I thought it was important to set up my transition during my lifetime. Now, Kathleen Kennedy is the current co-chairman of Lucasfilm and will become president of Lucasfilm. She will also serve as brand manager for Star Wars. She will serve as executive producer on new Star Wars feature films, with George Lucas serving as creative consultant. Lucas continues, "I'm confident that with Lucasfilm under the leadership of Kathleen Kennedy and having a new home within the Disney organization, Star Wars will certainly live on and flourish for many generations to come. Disney's reach and experience give Lucasfilm the opportunity to blaze new trails in film, television, interactive media, theme parks, live entertainment, and consumer products." Under the deal, Disney will acquire ownership of Lucasfilm, including the Star Wars franchise. Disney will also acquire LucasArts, Industrial Light and Magic, and Skywalker Sound. Disney says it intends for Lucasfilm employees to remain in their current locations. You may remember, Disney also fairly recently acquired Pixar and Marvel, ventures that have proved to be quite successful. For more on this monumental shift in the Force, we go to IGN's Jim and Joey, or JJ as they like to be called.
Hey, thanks, Damon. Well, Joey and I are pretty floored by this news, as is pretty much everybody else. Clearly, huge implications across a number of Star Wars properties, comics, video games, movies, television. So let's start with the comics aspect of it, Joey. What does this mean? I mean, growing up, Marvel put out Star Wars comics. Right. Now they're all part of the same family, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Horse for the last 20 years or so has been putting out the Star Wars comics. But now that Lucasfilm's going to be part of Marvel, it begs to the question if they're going to go back to Marvel in terms of the comics and stuff. Yeah. I mean, really, it's too early to really know anything at this point.
Right.
But it's a very real possibility, I would say.
Yeah, right now, I mean, there's going to be a lot of speculation about crossovers, things like that. We don't know. All we know are the facts of the deal, which is that we're going to get Star Wars Episode VII, which for a long time looked like it would never happen. In fact, Lucas himself pretty much said, give up hopes on that. Now it's really going to happen. It's going to come out 2015, and on an investor conference call, Disney brass said that they're going to go for Episodes 8 and 9 as well every other year. So we're looking at more Star Wars movies for the foreseeable future, at least throughout the rest of this decade. And yeah, I mean, how do you feel?
I mean,
we're two different generations of Star Wars
two different generations,
fans here.
but we love Star Wars, and I wrote the In Defense of Episode 1 back when it was released in 3D. I'm a huge prequel defender. I love the prequels. I love Star Wars in general, so I'm super, super excited. And as is our latest Disney princess.
That's right.
Princess Leia is now a Disney princess, technically, so that's kind of awesome.
And we're going to see also, I mean, obviously, Mickey as a Jedi, all that stuff. There had already been some dipping the toe in the water of Star Wars there on Disney's behalf. So clearly, an amped up presence at theme parks is to be expected. On the TV side, I mean, that long gestating television series, Star Wars TV series, does that mean it'll finally happen now on, say, something like ABC? We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Disney also has ILM now. They have
Skywalker Sound.
They have LucasArts.
They have LucasArts, and they technically now own the Indiana Jones franchise.
That's true.
But they're kind of dousing speculation on that because there's so many rights tied up with Paramount, who's done a pretty great job with the franchise. It's not their fault that Crystal Skull sucked.
Hey, let's not go there. But on the investor call, they also said that the projections on the deal that they made, which was for just over $4 billion, which is insane, but that's all based on Star Wars projections, and anything else on top of that is just a bonus money, I guess. Yeah,
so right now we're looking at least another Star Wars trilogy. Now, do you think, would they follow, say, Gaiden Solo?
I think this is what I think. They should ignore expanded universe stuff that already exists. I know that's like going to make continuity hounds cry foul, but You know, Lucas has said that he wants to pass it off to the next generation of filmmakers, and I think going to guys like Brad Bird or J.J. Abrams or
John
Joss
Lasseter.
Whedon, John Lasseter, any of those guys, picking up the Star Wars ball, they grew up with Star Wars, you know, they're going to run with it.
Yeah.
I think they could do some really, truly amazing things.
Yeah, Lucas is retired. He's pretty much out of the business, period. So, and he said in his statement that he is now handing over Star Wars to it. He's, in his words, I believe he said, he's passing the torch to a new generation of filmmakers. Very Kennedy-esque kind of line there on his part, but yeah, I mean, it's a very exciting time. We're going to bring you more news on what this whole deal means for not just Star Wars, but other Disney properties too. Could we be looking at some sort of retcon stuff for different properties? What does it mean for Marvel? What does it mean for Indiana Jones? Who knows? We'll find out soon. Thanks for watching and keep it locked here on IGN.com.
May the Force be with you.